14 players we're going to see on court today. We're in the Silver Fern side that got back from the UK earlier this week. Some intriguing matchups today, Tanya.
Yeah, there's a lot of key ones there, but I think one to keep an eye on is Temafara George against Laura Langman. They're both sort of key members of the Silver Fern, starting 7 and both fit, fast, and will we see them cancel each other out, or...
And what about that one at the bottom there between Davu and Van Dijk? Teammates for many years, but they've had some great domestic battles, as it were, in this league over the years.
Oh, look, we've seen some great games between those two. The bit that worries me about Davu is, has she got the legs to last for the 60 minutes against Irene? Who knows? She may pull a big one out today, but I think one person out there today will be Irene Van Dijk, and she'll be fired up.
Yeah, so it's just about a full house here tonight for this, the final match of the weekend, round 6, after that break for the best part of 3 weeks. Last night across the bridge, we saw the Sting go to the top of the table with a convincing win over the Diamonds by 50-42. But today, the Force can reclaim that top spot if they win. They will go to the top. They'll have the same number of points as the Sting, but by virtue of the fact that they beat the Sting, their only loss this year, way back at the start of this National Bank Cup, means the Force will once again be on top. So a lot at stake here. Yeah,
and a lot of teams will be sitting in front of the TV watching this and saying, I want this team to win and I want that team to win. I know Sting will obviously be wanting Force to lose today, so they get that home semi. So a lot of interest today, Brendan.
And this is the way the Magic do it. They come on as a team rather than one at a time. There's Kaharangi Waititi, the reserve goalkeeper.
Yeah, they've been in camp for a few days up in Auckland, and I saw them yesterday at lunch, and, you know, they're pretty tight, they're enjoying themselves, and, yeah, they've got a lot to prove out there. Yes, and there was their social outing last night. They went out last night, but they only went to a netball match. They were at the Waitakere Stadium watching that key clash between the Diamonds and the Sting. So, yes, they've been at the Millennium Centre here for the last couple of days. So, indication of how much importance they're placing on this match to try and snap this losing streak. And there we are. Big day today for Megan Dean, starting at goal shoot. Angelina Yates at wing attack. This is a really big call, isn't it, of Yvonne Winterings not to start with her most productive shooter this year. Yeah, it's a huge call for a coach, but like I said earlier, if it pays off, you know, Bridget Tuffany, she's a great player. She hasn't had a lot of court time, which could come back to bite her, but it'll be interesting to see the mobility in there and how Casey and Jolene sort of cope with that. There's our two umpires today. To the left, Bronwyn Meek and David Pala'amu, and our Qantas ball carrier, just 8 years of age, from the Mairangi Bay Primary School, just a few k's up the road, little Celine McGann. Played netball since she was 5, attended the Fun Ferns and school holiday programs at Netball North Harbour since she started school. And not overcome with nerves at all. Look at that. She's a natural in front of the camera. It's all about any time. Taking her time. Just ambles out there. Gives the ball to Temafara George, and we are underway. Contact called on the ball from Bronwyn Meek, so first opportunity here for Megan Dean, the Australian. Yeah, she's been going sort of at, what, 78% this season, so she's been playing some solid netball in there in both positions. Always strikes me as one with a very calm kind of demeanour, very solid, very mature kind of player, isn't she, on the court, Dean? Not the sort of player that you'd expect would let you down that often. No, very steady. Doesn't show a lot of emotion, but yeah, always there. A huge game for Bridget Tuffany. Like I said earlier, hasn't had a lot of court time, so she'll be wanting to get her first goal, slot it, and there she is, relax into it. Just 22 years of age, and, well, not what the doctor ordered. No. And you can understand how nervous she'd be. She's only really had about 45 minutes of netball at the most this season. And suddenly she's chucked into the deep end here. A couple of seasons, 3 seasons with the Diamonds, another with the Shakers. This is the biggest match she's ever had in her life. Wing defence. And you couldn't come up against too big a defence. And here it is. The It's always nice to get that first shot in, so she'll be happy.
Yeah, she could have forgiven her there if she was looking around for Megan Dean from where she was in the circle, but no, the old theory, I suppose, when you get thrown off the horse, get straight back up.
And here we see Tanya Lunn. She comes in and out of the game. I guess Irene shoots the majority, but she's always happy to put them up, and I guess that's what you need as a goal attack with Irene.
Contact centre.
Oh.
Trademark Casey Williams plucking it out of the air.
Yeah.
First turnover, first intercept. They will be crucial.
When you're feeding that ball over Casey Williams, you've always got to think a little bit higher, because I tell you what, she's the highest jumper I've ever seen.
There are 2 quick turnovers and possession back there with the Magic, but again, that final pass interrupted by De Bruyn and Dabu.
Everyone's finding their feet out there. Lovely shot. Cool as a cucumber.
She's a very graceful shooter, isn't she, Carpney? She kind of glides around the court.
Yeah, and you see that when shooters are on, they're nice and relaxed. It's when they start missing, you start seeing the follow through and that go.
Moving. Offside wing attack.
Stanley. Big toe.
On the white paint, so another turnover to the force.
And these two old teammates, Stanley and Scanlon, both coming back from babies.
Outside the circle, goes back to Scanlon.
Oh, it was on in there.
Yeah, Yates just a little late with the decision.
Yes.
That's probably where they're missing Latu. See that over one there, Casey's getting the tip to it, and Megan's not quite so tall, so they're probably going to have to keep it a lot flatter in there for her.
Contact wing defence.
She's going to put it up.
Contact centre third.
Getting plenty of shots on the force, but only managed 3 from 5. The Magic at the other end, just the 2 shots at goal, 1 each from Van Dijk and Lund. And so we're back where we started from.
Advantage obstruction.
Force are just playing it around, nice and steady.
Advantage obstruction, wing defence.
She moves nicely in the circle, didn't she, Lund? She's Tarpany creating space.
Yeah, she's sort of like a Grace Rasmussen that we saw for Diamonds last night. You know, she comes in and rolls that circle and opens it up in there. And that's what you need when you're playing against Casey and Jolene in there.
Contact wing. Contact keeper. Set back beside her. Yes.
It's the voice of Bronwyn Week, the umpire at that left-hand end of the court as we're looking at it. First 5 minutes of the match. Going pretty much according to the centre passes.
Contact, goalkeeper.
There we saw a change there. Irene coming out, Tanya going in, so a bit of variety in there.
Ball goes against Vilamona Davu.
Offside. In the circle. Yes. Advantage contact.
Here's Annie just talking to Tanya. He's saying, back, back, back.
Tanya Lund misses with her second shots. Rebound claimed by De Bruyn. Now the opportunity for Force to cash in if they can at the other end. The hands of Tarpany letting her down that day. She did well.
I think we've got a defensive game on our hands. Lavina said earlier, you know, we've got every Silver Fern defensive player on the court, bar and a Scarlet. And as you can see here, the balls are getting turned over in circles down each end. So.
And a couple of X's there as well, with one anyway, with Davu and Cheryl
Scanlon trying to push her way in there. So,
yeah.
With only 2 rounds to go, and if a team doesn't make the semis, there's only 2 rounds to prove yourself to the selectors, I guess. So. Here we have National Bank replay. Oh, beautifully timed. And a beautiful pass down the court. Long arms, Liana de Grain. She'll be champing at the bit to get out there. Didn't get a lot of court time in England, Brendan. And, yeah, you could say she was a form player prior to leaving. So
she was, yeah. She was in outstanding form. Remember that match that she had just before she went away, where they played really well against the Flames, and she'd been in good form all season. But now, yes, their minds are about re-establishing themselves with the Jamaican and Australian tests coming up in around about 6 weeks' time.
Intentional obstruction in the circle, where the goal attackers, the wing defence is out of play.
Let's go.
Pass or shot?
Lund going to put it up here. Here she is.
Two misses.
And it's real hard. Yeah, hard for Irene in there. Usually you can get the sort of the rebound in there, but you know, Liana de Grain, I think she's even taller than Irene, so it's pretty hard in there to get that rebound.
Yeah, goal kick.
Problem here for the Magic, of course, they don't have a lot of shooting depth on their bench. Nolene Toder tends to stay with this combination. I think they've played in every quarter and every match from memory. Yeah,
that's right, and it's sort of sink or swim in there. I mean, it must be hard for Tanya. She's probably the only one. They're all former or current Silver Ferns in there, and probably feels the heat, especially as a shooter. So I guess the feeders have to put her into a position, make her feel comfortable, and just, get her into the game.
So that huge, big stretch there of Irene's, which must have the longest stretch, I think, a stride of anyone that's ever played the game. It just seems to go forever when she wants it to. Came to good effect there as De Grain again doing good work, supporting that final pass.
A lot of tips going on and balls in there.
Yeah, that's side.
I'll tell you what, De Grain looks fired up out there. Oh, beautiful pass, Tanya Lund.
On the ball, goalkeeper.
Irene van Dijk ties it all up at 6 goals apiece. 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter of the match, and this probably is how it could well go, right down to the wire. Well, as you'd expect, again, the defensive element of this game very evident in those shooting stats. Forced down at 67 and Magic only at 75. Well, now 67 each, identical.
Yeah, it's the way the game's going. It's a pressure game out there, and like I said, the D are good. So you know, full credit to them, but they've got to up that shooting stats. But Magic can't just rely on Irene out there. Tan's going to have to start slotting a few and take the heat off her. There you go, nice easy feed.
Goalkeeper's beside.
I think when Magic get it down early and into her early before it clogs up with all the D, it's a lot easier for them there. It's when it comes down slower.
Nice little surge coming here from the Magic. First time they've had their noses in front. They scored off the centre pass of the Force. Got a chance here to extend that lead to 2. And Van Dijk just managed to elude Dabu there. But
and that's not easy to do over Dabu. She's pretty strong in the air.
Advantage obstruction, wing. Contact, goalkeeper, yes.
See this mobility. Dean's right, even though she's goal shoot, she was right out of the circle, doing a bit of role reversal in there. And they've done quite a good job in there, Brendan. It's just the shots, I think.
Irene van Dijk, the only shooter with a perfect record. That's 8 from 8.
Shot.
Yeah. The long ball, slipped up court, saw her completely unmarked.
Oh, lovely, Jolene.
Magic starting to get their straps all of a sudden, aren't they? Look at this, very cute, very slick.
Always hunting Henry and Williams, and there you saw a classic case of the ball goes flat, Jolene will come out and get it.
Great goal attack.
Important break here for Force.
Ahmed calling
Advantage obstruction, wing.
Tanya Lund on that occasion for breaking, and so a much needed kind of relief here for the Force.
Yeah.
Again, that defensive pressure.
Yeah. Step, free pass.
Oh, what have we had? A break, a step, and a hell ball.
And we're back where we started from, on the edge of the circle.
Let's get them all out of our system and get going.
Persistent obstruction, penalty. Pass or shot in the circle, persistent obstruction, wing defence. Out of play, where you are.
Tapani elects not to put the shot up, but swings it across to George. And Dean gets a little closer.
And Cooney there, she's getting pulled up for persistent obstruction, so she'll have to tidy that up. Oh, nice. In, out, in, out. And it's the speed that's going to probably beat those Magic D if they're going to in, out real quick before they have a chance to sort of set up their Brendan.
Again, I think it might have been Lund that was called for breaking there, so another opportunity here that coming just in the dying moments of this first quarter, which is tying things up rather nicely here.
Offside. Go in.
Oh, nice little drive there from Tapani.
Yep.
Giving herself a nice, easy shot. She'll be happy with that.
Well, interesting, isn't it, how Tapani's doing the bulk of the shooting here at goal attack for the Force, but at least it's got her into the game early, hasn't it? And she's settled now well after a couple of nervous early shots.
Yeah, that's right. It's that mobility, though. It creates space, and whoever's in the right space, they've got the feeders there to give the good ball sort of thing.
Obstruction wing.
No one's sort of just standing. It's constant movement in there if you have a look.
It's tight, isn't it? They're going backwards here with the ball. There's no way through this wall of death of this defensive pattern.
Oh,
lovely.
Sensational bounce pass from Bubby there.
There's all her experience and her reflex actions just flicked in right at the exact moment.
And as a shooter, you couldn't get in a nice little spot.
It's 4 straight goals to the Force, so it's living up to its reputation this match as it starts to seesaw already. And Dykes swings it across to Langman. And no way through there as every ball is...
Irene's onto that loose ball.
It's a real battle for every ball here at the moment.
Contact on the ball, both players.
You watch Davu here, mate. She's just about sitting on Irene. I don't mean sitting, sitting. Nice shot there from Lund. She needed that.
And one or two of the other matches this weekend may not have scaled any giddy heights, but this one already starting to live up to its reputation here, as we mentioned. You can just tell the urgency that's very evident of every one of these players out there.
It's huge.
So it wasn't really evident last night in that match at Waitakere Stadium, was it? It was kind of, didn't really get out of about second or third gear for most of it.
Sort of Sting got that sort of 10-goal, 8-goal buffer and didn't really let it go. And yeah, no, full credit to them.
Yeah, they played a very smart game, the Sting, last night, and I think probably have showed that they are the team to beat at the moment if you want to win this National Bank Cup.
Yeah.
They've now won their last 5 matches in a row.
Yeah, that combination of Wukiiti and Wilkins is definitely working for them in there as well.
Meanwhile, Tania Lund.
Nice shot. She's got that angry look on her face. She's out there.
So here we are. There it is. Absolutely tied up at 12 goals apiece. It's been goal for goal. The lead has seesawed a number of times. Stay with us. There's still 45 minutes left in this match.